All right, lace them up, sports. Let's go.
Let's go.
Will somebody tell me if we're supposed to start the program?
Freeman hits the ball to right field.
Into right field. She is gone.
One of a kind player. One of a kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed. The lights out. Butter's getting hard. The eggs are cooling, and the Jello is jiggling.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the LA Sports Roundup podcast. I'm your host, Mike Andrade, and we have a cool special guest here talking all Dodgers from the Dodger Buzz. Please welcome Sam Baez.
Hey guys, thanks for having me back, Mike. I had a great time talking to you last time, so
Yeah.
I'm ready to do it again.
Awesome possums. Yeah, I mean, look at, when I was thinking about having a Dodgers podcast, just talking strictly about the Dodgers, I had you in mind, and, I think it'll be another cool one to have you on.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited to see what we have. There's a lot to talk about. It's a good time to be a
Exactly.
Dodger fan right now.
Yeah. Well, look at, the Dodgers, for the most part, it's been, look, we had the beginning of the season was kind of rough, but we have mostly, kind of paved the road back to, for us to get back to our dreams of a three-peat here, because it has been almost smooth sailing in the month of June and July for the Dodgers. Although we did
Totally.
lose last night against the Colorado Rockies,
Which is
was
surprising.
yes.
That was very surprising. Yeah, you're right. We've been there was a little hiccup in the beginning of the year. But for the most part, it's been pretty consistent. I mean, the Dodgers are the first team to 60 wins this year.
Right.
Our record is 60-33, 14 games ahead of San Diego for the NL West, which is probably going to be ours again for the 14th year in a row.
Right.
So, yeah, things are looking good. Like you said, weird loss to the Rockies yesterday. I was very surprised that the Dodgers had a harder time with the Rockies versus last week with the Padres.
Right.
But other than those weird little games here and there, for the most part, everything has been going smoothly. Looking good for that three-peat this year.
Absolutely. And so, look, I take it as a positive when the Dodgers have these little losses here, because I feel like with these little losses here and there, it kind of is that little reminder of like, hey, you cannot take it for granted. We cannot take
Yeah.
these wins for granted. We cannot just assume that the Dodgers are going to come into every game and get a W, or sweep every series, or, at least win every series as well, because I feel like as soon as the Dodgers have that mindset of like, we got this in the bag, I feel like every time they have that mindset, they get humbled. Especially
Definitely.
like last year, I remember like we were humbled against the Angels for some reason every time we would play them. And so I think it's a good little reminder of having these little losses.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are human, right? This team is full of all-stars, whether you look from the top to the bottom. I mean, even Dalton Rushing has been coming up really well, taking over for Will Smith in the lineup. So,
Yeah.
I heard somebody the other day say, like, this team is so special because when you watch a Dodger game, you're expecting them to win. Like,
Right.
every other team in baseball, I mean, like here and there, right? You're watching the game and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I hope they win." But when you're watching a Dodger game, you're like, "I'm expecting them to win." So they
Right.
have a lot of weight to carry for that. That's what comes with being an all-star team. But yeah, their human side shows here and there, especially yesterday in their loss with the Rockies coming back to beat them 4-3.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, it's good to see that they're you can find some things that you need to work on within the lineup or within the defense in those games where they end
Yeah.
up losing, because the
Exactly.
Dodgers don't just take a loss and take it. They take a loss and really dive deep into what's going on. They can kind of
Yeah.
fix the little errors here and there. So yeah, it's been going really well, even when they win or even when they lose. They're taking a lot, and I think that three-peat is looking better and better every single day. I'm hoping and praying to God.
Yes, it is. And I know this may sound weird, but I actually want the Dodgers to go through a little bit more of downs, as composed to the ups right now, because
Yes.
baseball is such a long season and you need to be able to go through the roller coaster. Look at
Yes.
last season with the Dodgers. The Dodgers last season were coming into the season, they were injured like crazy. So they had to fight their way to get back into the top of the NL West. They were neck and neck with San Diego last year, and I feel like that really put the Dodgers at that playoff level heading into October when you have to be able to like play your best in September, August, September, October. That's when a team is really coming together. And it kind of scares me a little bit. Not that I don't like, look, I always want to see the Dodgers win, but I want to see them go through a little bit more of some ups and downs here heading into the postseason. Because if it's all ups, then that crash down could be really, really bad. And
Yes,
so,
a little bit more competitiveness is kind of what I'm hearing.
yeah.
I think that's a similar sentiment that I have too. Of course, I'm enjoying the first team to 60 wins, first in NL West at 14 games, but I do agree. I do not see as much competitiveness as I did last year with the Dodgers,
Hmm.
and I'm hoping that, like you said, they not that they end up losing more, but that those games are more competitive for them, and you see not only the competitive playing, but the emotion, right?
Right,
I
absolutely.
feel like we haven't seen much emotion from the Dodgers. The only emotion that people are talking about is Dalton rushing and that Shohei Ohtani thing that went on. But other than that, I agree. There's really not too much competitiveness in words of like defense, offense, and the energy that the guys bring to the game. But
Right.
a lot of winning, luckily. But I agree, competitiveness needs to kind of uh, be shown a little bit more for the Dodgers. They're the giant and they know that they're the giant, but like you said, I don't want them to get too cocky and get humbled right at the end of the season where
Right,
they're heading into the playoffs and they don't make it, right? Like look at
right,
last season when they went through that series with Philadelphia. If it wasn't for that last
right,
game where the
right.
pitcher overthrew the ball, they would have lost, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think
Hmm.
people think about that game enough because we really did get gifted that last run to
We
win
did.
game 5. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit more competitiveness from the guys to see for the after the All-Star break. Hopefully, the All-Star break will kind of give them what they need for that.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, there is still a lot of time left. We still need to get Blake Snell back, and there's
Yep,
still some things that we need to get into motion. But for the most part, it's been kind of all smooth sailing for the Dodgers. And look at, I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, but like I feel like in baseball, you need to go through those highs and lows in order to get
definitely.
where you want. And that's to speak, I guess that's third world, country problems. I think being the back-to-back defending World Series champions, you're not going to necessarily be ecstatic about winning the division.
Yes,
You're not going to be ecstatic about, being winning 90 games or winning 100 games, like that has already been done and it's kind of like passe for the Dodgers. The goal is
yeah,
to win have a three-peat. And so for the Dodgers, I think they still need to just be not just short-minded here, but just kind of see the big picture and just kind of look at things and not take it for granted.
exactly. Yeah, and I hope that's what they'll continue with. Like I said, after the All-Star break, kind of get a little reset, get a little competitiveness with, not only teams from the AL, but you're also with the dudes from the NL, all parts of the National League. So yeah, I definitely think that it's a weird thing to be a Dodger fan right now because like you said, if you win the division, it's like it's expected. It's not if they win the division, it's they have to win the division. They are going to win the division.
Right.
Yeah, when you win a bunch of games. But yeah, as a Dodger fan and most of baseball even is not going to be happy unless the Dodgers take a three-peat with the World Series. And
Exactly.
that's the honest truth. We've been so good for the last, 15, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 14 years almost, right?
Yeah.
Going back to like early 2010s, and we've won a lot of National League divisions, so that's not going to really be much for us. We're
Yeah.
expecting. Yeah, I really hope, and Dave Roberts has been pretty good about it. I used to be a Roberts hater,
Oh my
hardcore.
gosh. Yeah.
Uh, I still have my little tips to go around with Dave Roberts, but he's actually been handling the guys really good, especially with the
Yes.
injuries that have happened this year. With Glass now, Snell, Will Smith, and all those big guys now. I feel like he's kind of having these, the younger guys like Freeland and Rushing putting into this the dugout, which has kind of made them a little bit more competitive with the younger crowd.
Right.
But yeah, I think that they're doing a really good job of staying focused. I want to see more competitiveness like we talked about, but the focus is there, the communication is there, the expectation is there. The execution is happening. So it's really just like a waiting game for us, you know.
Yeah.
We know we're gonna win the division. We know that we're gonna, you know, I know that for a fact. No matter how close it gets at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
it's not going to be.
like
Yeah,
last year, it got super close. Dodgers and Padres were super close, but I expect the Dodgers to win the NL West this year.
absolutely. Unless something
From a
horrific,
larger margin than last year for sure.
right? Unless all of our guys seemingly got hurt, knock on wood. Like it's not going to be close. And I feel like the Dodgers are still going to win the division by like over 10 games heading into October.
Yeah, exactly. So it really is just like a waiting game at this point. You know, I
Right.
watch these games and I enjoy these wins. I expect them most of all. But yeah, it's just when we get to October, who's going to be performing, who's going to be
Right.
ready to go, right? Because
Right.
I mean, a lot of the playoffs is mental. It's a lot of mental game for these guys, and
Man,
you
yeah.
know, Kershaw was notorious for choking in the
Unfortunately.
playoffs, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys that have those same sentiments. So I'm hoping that you know, we steady the course, we keep the guys in the momentum that they're in the headspace that they're in, and if we can do that through October, I think we got ourselves a three-peat for sure.
Absolutely. But speaking about performing, we have five guys that are going to be performing in the MLB All-Star game coming up. It's coming up soon. I think within a few days, if
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
wrong.
they have
Yeah.
after this series, I think tonight will be game three of the Rockies. So
Yeah.
after this series, they will be off for about a week for the All-Star break. Yeah.
Right.
In
Also
Philadelphia, right?
in Philadelphia to
Yes.
celebrate America's 250th anniversary. So we have five guys, five Dodgers on Team National League. We have Shohei Ohtani, we have Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, Andy Pages, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto performing for the National League. And so it's look at man, it is it is something where a team can send out five players, five of their players to
Yep.
fill out the All-Star game here. That is it's saying something for the Dodgers here. You know.
Exactly. And like going back to expectations, right? Like the best team in baseball, I think they were tied for the most players selected to be in the All-Star game. So they have a lot of expectations, and these guys who are on the list have really been the reason why we've been winning the games that we've been winning, right? Freeman, he's been the most consistent baseball player, I think, since he even started playing baseball.
Hmm.
His bat is insane. His ability to hit in people on base. He's got a 293 average so far this year.
Wow.
He's finished almost every season that he's hit almost at, if not at 300, almost at 300, right? And he's got 15 home
Yeah.
runs on this season. I mean, I love Freddie Freeman. He's my favorite current player on the Dodgers right now. And then Max Muncy, I mean, Muncy, I think is long overdue for his All-Star
Yeah.
performance,
Hmm.
an All-Star appearance. I mean, he's been one of the Dodger greats since the beginning of
Yeah.
like 2016, 2015 era, which is one of my favorite eras of the Dodgers too. Um, Yamamoto too, finally getting you know, another all-star. Oh, I'm sorry, not talking about Yamamoto. I'm talking about Pages.
Pothead.
Pages
Yes.
finally getting
Yeah.
his seat at the table with the All-Stars, feeling like he should have done that last year, but he finally this year gets his seat
Absolutely.
at the table. Which I was super excited about. 263 average with 16 home runs on
Wow.
the year. So
Yeah.
yeah, these guys, I mean, have been so fun to watch. I mean, who are you looking forward to seeing in that game? And kind of
Honestly,
what are your thoughts about the
um,
guys that were selected?
honestly, Yamamoto, I don't know. I'm not sure if he's a starting pitcher in that game, but he should be. Yamamoto is just he is the number one ace, I feel like, in all of
Yes.
baseball right now. And so just to see him get his flowers, not only on the biggest stage last year in the World Series, but for him to get that honor as a starting pitcher in the All-Star game will be really, really cool. And obviously, look at Shohei. Shohei, he still gets some hate from Angels fans, and I get it. But anytime he can just show up on a big stage right here and just remind everyone who he is, that's just warming my heart. And obviously seeing the other guys out there too, just representing the Dodgers.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. Do you know if the All-Star game still has that rule where whichever side, AL or NL, if they win, they get the home field advantage in the World Series?
I don't. I don't recall. We can look it up.
Yeah, we can. Absolutely. because there used to be a rule. Let's see. Does the winning team in the MLB Star game?
Okay, let's see. Does winning team for All-Star? It says no, winning the All-Star game no longer determines home field advantage for the World Series. Major
Okay.
League Baseball eliminated this rule in 2017.
Wow.
Oh, the 2017.
That 2017
Don't
year.
remind me.
I know. Exactly. That's a good rule, though. That's a good rule that they eliminated that.
Yeah, so it'll be a good game. I'm really excited. I do think that Justin Robleski was completely overlooked.
Yeah.
I believe that Justin Robleski should have been part of the All-Star team. I know it's fan voting.
Hmm.
I know it's fan voting, but Justin Robleski almost has a close average to what Yoshinobu Yamamoto has been doing throughout this year.
Yeah.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto, he's pitched 104 innings. His ERA is at 2.49, 30 runs on the year through 16 game appearances, and then he got his 100th K in his last start. But Justin Robleski, 2.69 ERA, not too far off. Then you have 73 Ks, which is not too far off,
Hmm.
30 runs
Wow.
in 15 game starts. So, I mean, he's not far behind Yamamoto, who is considered, one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. So yeah, I do think Justin Robleski is having a hell of a year. If he continues this year, I really hope that next year he gets his shot in the All-Star team because he's
Yeah.
really been proving himself throughout this season, especially with all of the injured starting pitchers.
Right.
If it wasn't for Robleski, I mean, I don't know what other Dodger pitcher would have stepped up to the plate to take
Right.
over that role. So
Yeah.
excited for those five guys, definitely.
Hmm.
Especially Pages getting his first All-Star, but I want
Yeah.
Robleski to be on the ballot next year and be a starter. I mean, not a starter, but be a pitcher appearing in the All-Star game next year for sure.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So with that though comes the trade deadline. Who do you think that, what kind of moves do you think the Dodgers are going to make heading into the trade deadline for the MLB here?
I don't think the Dodgers are going to be too aggressive with big players. The only player that I think that they might actually get or actually go for is Scooble. Other than
Right.
that, I don't see the Dodgers really putting in much effort into getting big name players, free agents, whatever. Their defense and their offense is pretty tight right now. They have a lot of young guys from the farm system too.
Right.
The Dodgers have one of the best farm systems in baseball, and they kind of can just pick from that as well.
Yeah.
So I think if it goes like I think, depending on, and this is also a huge factor, depending on how Snell and Glass now come back,
Right.
how well they're doing when they come back.
Yeah.
I don't see the Dodgers making any huge trades at the
Right.
deadline. And if God forbid one of those guys isn't coming back anytime soon, I
Right.
think the only guy that they're going to be looking for is Scooble.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
it's going to be more minor league guys moving around,
Mhm.
trading for cash, stuff like that. But depending on the starting pitchers coming back, I think the only option they're going to be going for is Scooble for sure.
Skubal's an interesting one because look at if Blake Snell is out for the remainder of the season, then I could see them being aggressive. But if they
Mhm.
know Blake Snell's going to come back or has the possibility of coming back, then they may not pull the trigger right now for that.
Yes, exactly. So I think that the Dodgers are going to be waiting out till the very last second to see what's going to be happening with those two guys. Glass now and Snell coming back. So yeah, I really don't see the Dodgers doing much, which I'm totally fine with. Like we have some
Right.
great players right now. We have some great guys from AAA that have come up and done some really good jobs for us. So all-star team is already on, their roster, and I don't see
Yeah,
them doing
absolutely.
much.
When you can send five guys to the All-Star team, yeah, it's saying something. It is yeah, you don't need to do too much more work heading into the second half of the season.
Exactly. So yeah, as amazing as the Dodgers are and how entertaining they are, I think this will be a lackluster trade deadline for the Dodgers. Don't expect them to be doing much. Like I said, trading for cash, trading minor league players. The only thing that they really need right now is pitching, but even then, like they've got some pretty good arms in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Eric Lauer's done his job. Roki Sasaki is the only one I'm kind of concerned about.
Right.
Other than that, like the bullpen is pretty strong too. So I don't see much of a need for a big blockbuster trade like there was a few years,
Yeah.
in the past few years. So I'm happy with it. The only one that I really wanted them to get was Scooble, and that was just to secure the three-peat. I mean,
Right.
what's wrong with getting another ace on the team to make
I
sure
know.
that we get that third win? Because in reality, when's the next time that the Dodgers are going to win back-to-back World Series champions? And so to
Yeah.
really nail it in the coffin, I think Scooble would be great. But if they don't get Scooble, I do believe that we could still get a three-peat with the team that we have right now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this organization, the front office, they have their thumb on the pulse for, what the team needs. And so they're always trigger happy with putting in, whatever the Dodgers need at the moment. And so they're not
Yes.
afraid to go all in
Yes.
whatsoever. And they have the resources, they have the farm players, they have every resource in every direction, players to send out to bring in. And so it wouldn't surprise me if we were to bring in Scooble, but at the same time, it's it's a luxury, not a need.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to describe it. I would love to see Scooble in Dodger Blue, but if he doesn't end up coming over here, I'm totally fine with it. And like I said, I do believe that with this roster at their best, with no injuries, they can win a World Series and three-peat this year. So I'm
Absolutely.
hoping and praying. But yes, trade rumors, it's a lackluster year for the Dodgers, luckily in that sense, which I'm
Right.
proud of.
Absolutely. But yeah, we have the second half of the season coming up. Do you have any concerns or if any heading into the second half?
Just really the injuries that we've kind of caught up with. Hopefully Snell and Glasnow come back soon. I know that Snell was throwing around a little bit and Glasnow have been picking up the ball just a little bit. I think Will Smith is having a little bit of a tough time coming back with that neck injury. Other than that, I really don't see, and I mean, we're not losing tons, which is it's hard to kind of find the holes with the Dodgers team right now because we're doing
Yeah.
very well. But it's hard because we have games where we're scoring, 13 runs, and then we have games where we're scoring no runs.
Right.
So it's just, I guess, the consistency with run scoring, the starting pitching, Roki Sasaki is having a tough time kind of getting back on this horse for the rest of this season.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure about what's going to happen with Roki. I would love to kind of see him in a bullpen role. I don't see him being a complete, 6 inning starter for the rest of this season unless he could really, really pull it back in. I would like to see him in a bullpen role for the World Series, definitely, or the postseason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I feel like him in a bullpen role just serves the Dodgers. I think for him at his best, the Dodgers will be at their best
yeah.
because last year in the playoffs and in the World Series, he was really, really good in that role at a
Yeah.
very small dosage.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And his confidence, like the biggest thing with Roki is his confidence, I think. Like he's a young guy trying to adapt in America from Japan. It's his second year in the MLB.
mm,
So, he's got a lot of adjusting to do. He's had some great starts this year, specifically against the Angels. I mean, he had both of his best games this year were against the Angels, but recently he's really been struggling. So I would love to see if his confidence going into, let's say his confidence going into a 6 game start, right? A little shaky.
yeah,
But if he's going into more of a 2, 3 inning, or maybe even just a 2 inning scenario, I think his
yeah,
confidence would definitely go up because he's not expected to be out there longer than he's needed. I think
right,
he starts really well, and then as the game goes on, he progressively
right,
kind of gets worse.
right.
So if he's only in there for a couple of innings, I think that would be good for him just to get his confidence up. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do if Glass now and Snell come back. Like who's gonna be going down to
Yeah,
OKC? I Emmett Sheehan's been doing pretty good. He's been doing better than Sasaki. Justin Robleski's definitely not going down. He's the second best pitcher in the Dodgers starters pitchers right now. So yeah, I think my biggest concern is probably injuries and Roki Sasaki.
yeah. But if anything, too, look at you could see a Glass now in the bullpen role for high leverage games as well.
Yeah.
I would say Roki as the closer, and then you have Glass now. I wouldn't say Snell only if it was like a World Series like we saw last year,
Yeah.
but Glass now I could see him in that kind of like middle relief pulling through in that sixth, seventh, eighth inning type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
definitely see that. I just hope that they come back. It's just hard to like kind of gauge where we are right now because we are down, two of our best starting pitchers.
yeah.
Um, and I don't know when they're going to come back. I don't know if they're expected to be back at the end of July, the beginning of August. And we after the All-Star break, we are halfway through the season. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how the Dodgers kind of adjust to those scenarios to see how we're going to get that three-peat. But in the
Right.
end, I mean, thank God for the young guys who have come up and helped out the team. They've kept us winning. They've kept us, first place in the NL, best team in baseball. So there's not
Right.
a lot to complain about. I mean, as much as what's going wrong with the Dodgers this year, as much as going good, it's
Exactly.
been a weird year, but it's been a really good year at the same time. So
Right. Yeah.
don't have many concerns. The only concern is I don't want them to get, too comfortable being the
Yeah.
winners. The starting pitcher injuries and Roki Sasaki is probably my top three.
Absolutely.
What about you?
Um,
Any concerns for you?
I think just staying healthy in baseball, look at your best attributes is having a full team, a full squad around you, and just playing at your absolute peak. And so
Yeah.
the one thing that concerns me is if we keep winning, keep winning, keep winning, there is no urgency when you're
Yeah.
just winning, 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 winning. So, like I said before, I kind of want to see the Dodgers lose a series or two going down. I
Yeah,
want
it's
to
been
see
a
them.
while. It's been a while since we lost a series. I think the last series we lost was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I want to
Hmm.
say I'm not too sure, but it's been a while since we've lost a series. I love seeing the Dodgers win. It probably makes me more upset to see them lose. So my wife probably loves when they win and hates when they lose because that's my mood. But yeah, I want to see more competitiveness. I don't want to see them necessarily lose more games. I just want to see a little more grit.
Right.
Everybody's getting pissed off at Dalton Rushing this season for his, emotional antics and whatnot. But I
Yeah.
mean, he's a young guy with a lot of energy. I don't see,
I love that too.
I see a
Yeah.
problem, with the whole Otani thing, and that was kind of fixed and figured out there. But I mean, what's wrong with seeing a guy have a lot of emotion, right? I mean,
Right.
he's not the only guy in baseball who cracks his
No.
bat in half and smashes his helmet
I
against
mean, we
the
went through
seat.
we went through I mean, a laundry list of guys.
Meteor, I
Yes,
mean,
exactly. Yeah.
like but he's not even the only current baseball player that does that, right? Like
Right.
I think a lot of people have just chosen Dalton Rushing to be the villain of 2026, which is
Right.
totally fine, but I
Yeah.
do appreciate how emotional he is. I do appreciate his grittiness and his drive, and I think that the
You want to
Dodgers
see
can
that.
really use a lot of
Yeah.
that.
You want to see that in your players.
Yeah, I don't see that in the guys right now. Granted, it's because they're winning a lot. But yeah, I want to see them be more competitive. I want to see their backs up against the wall and I want to see how they deal with it
Yeah.
because if get to the playoffs, if they're just cruising through, haven't really had a competitive edge in a while. I mean, what's going to happen when you're playing against Philly to get to the
Right.
next round and that
Exactly.
matchup is inevitable, I think. I think it will be the Dodgers in Philadelphia again for the second round of the NLC
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, absolutely. And so baseball is look at in October, teams are playing at their best, and we have seen it time and time again where the
Yep.
Dodgers have been humbled by a
Yep.
team coming in that is playing at their peak. And so, look, I don't want to see that. That is a worst case scenario for me. And so I want to see the Dodgers just have a little bit of fire under their ass come the second half. Even if look if that means just putting the your foot to the pedal here and just kind of stomping over opponents, or I don't know, but it's for me. I just want to see that competitive edge like you were talking about.
Yes. Give me a little emotion. Give me something. I mean, something is better than nothing for me. Sometimes, like, Shohei Ohtani is the greatest player of all time. There's no doubt about that. But he is very emotionless sometimes, which is
Yeah.
hard to kind of
Hmm.
get your guys going in the dugout. I mean,
Oh
like I said,
yeah.
when push comes to shove, I know that they will be
Yeah.
that gritty type. I know that they will be that competitive type. I just haven't seen it yet this year. And
I
it's
want to.
something that I miss. So I hope
Yeah.
soon that they will kind of, get put a little bad attitude in there, give us a little something because I like a little emotion, and I haven't seen too much emotion so far this year.
I want to see some trash cans flying in the dugout, some
Yeah.
bats breaking.
Yep. I want not tapped though, not tapped. Trash cans flying.
Right, exactly. Not tapped. Right.
We're not cheaters. We're not cheaters, but yeah, just give me something. I mean, break a bat, smash your helmet, do something.
Right.
Just it kind of gives you a little bit of like, like
Yeah.
let's work through this, let's do it.
Right.
But definitely have not seen that too much from the Dodgers this year.
Right.
I'm expecting for it to kind of pop up more in the second half. It tends to be
Absolutely.
much more competitive and crazier during the last half of the season. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
glad we're going into the All-Star break with 60 wins. Hopefully tonight will be 61. So
Mhm.
we're in a good spot. We're in a very
Think
good
so.
spot.
Where do you think the Dodgers will finish record-wise? I'm predicting 95.
Ooh. I would love to see 100 games, but I doubt it. I
Yeah.
think I'll probably be right around with you, 95 to like 98.
Right.
Somewhere
Around
in that,
there.
somewhere in that ballpark. But yeah, we're doing good. It's a great time to be a Dodger fan. We're super, super, super picky right now. That's the main part. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
ungrateful with saying all this stuff,
Dude.
but it's just being super picky, man. I mean, over the last even 10 years with this team, it's been a rocky ride. I mean, we're going from almost, World Series champs. We're almost there all the time.
Yeah.
And over the last 2 years, we've been able to get it. And with that
Yeah.
same team, we're going for the three-peat. And I mean, it is the most expected three-peat in
Right.
baseball history, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping I do see it though. I do believe, God willing, everybody is not injured. I do believe the Dodgers can three-peat this
I mean,
year.
the Dodgers are the odds-on favorite, and it would be not like it would be tremendously shocking. Knock
Yeah.
on wood, it would be tremendously shocking if we were to lose somewhere in the playoffs. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, look, that's why I want to see that competitive edge going on. You
Yeah,
know,
and luckily they've been doing really well against the more competitive teams that they will probably be facing, like the Brewers, the Phillies, and all that good stuff.
yeah,
So they're doing really well as far as competing with them this year.
right,
Just a little bit
absolutely,
more emotion, just a little
yeah,
bit more emotion,
exactly,
Not
exactly,
overreaction, just emotion.
right, absolutely. So switching a little bit gears here, how are your boys in Ontario doing?
They're doing pretty good. Last week they did have a 5-game series that they lost, unfortunately. But for the most part, I mean, most of the guys, there is a lot of movement going around in the Dodgers farm system. If anyone ever wants to see, up and down from the farm system, there is a lot going on. I want to say at least 4 to 5 guys have already moved up to the Loons from the Tower Buzzers. So
Oh wow,
it's really excited to see these young dudes that are like fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, that are really competitive and grinding with emotion and
yeah,
stuff like that, moving to the next level.
yeah,
One of my favorite dudes, Emil Morales, who has just been crazy, moved up to the Loons about a month ago. He's expected to be with the Dodgers by like 2029. So it's very fun to like watch these guys who are just starting their careers, who
yeah,
are probably going to become, the Dodgers of the future. If not the Dodgers of the
right,
future, then the future of the MLB.
for
Because,
sure,
like I said, the Dodgers have the best farm system in baseball, and they utilize a lot of these guys for
yeah,
trades and cash consideration. Um, but for their first season, Tower Buzzers are doing pretty well. They are currently in third place right now in the Cal League standings.
mm,
So I'm not sure if they'll be making it to playoffs, definitely. But I mean, first year for this, well, they've been playing together for a while, but it's the first year as the Tower Buzzers, right?
right, yeah,
New team, new field. So a lot of changes for those guys, but a lot of them are doing really well. I mean, they're hitting really well. Tower Buzzers do not have great pitching, which is their biggest concern. But I mean,
yeah,
this is everybody's biggest concern is pitching.
right.
So yeah, it's going pretty well down in Ontario. You still have to go watch a game?
Yeah, I still have to go watch the game. Luckily we have like a couple more months left in the season, so we'll definitely make it
Yes.
happen. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I implore anybody that lives in the area to go watch Tower Buzzards and minor league baseball and support. And because it's important. And also like you never know who you're gonna see a few
Yeah.
years later come up in the ranks as a Dodger or anybody, playing on an MLB team, like this is the future of the league right here. And so you never
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Never
And a
know.
lot of guys, specifically more pitchers, not really position players because they'll go to OKC, but I've seen Blake Snell, Brock Stewart both doing rehab assignments at the Tower
Right.
Buzzers games. Tower Buzzers have a lot of ex-Dodger players that go on Tuesdays and do meet
Right.
and greets and autograph signings. So, I mean, just as exciting it is to watch the game, it is just to go to the stadium. They have so much for you to do. And then too, like you get to see other players who are coming up in other systems, right?
Right.
I saw Matt Holliday's son the other day. He's a Fresno Grizzly,
Oh, wow.
doing some great things. So yeah, I mean, it's not just going there and watching, the Dodgers prospects who's coming up, but there's a lot of good talent coming through
Absolutely.
the farm system right now in baseball. So it's just being kind of open to doing a little more research, seeing who's hot, who's not, and kind of just getting familiar with it. But if you're a fan of baseball and you just want to go see a game and see these guys act competitive and be competitive and just see what they got, I mean, you definitely have to go down to the Tower Buzzer Stadium.
Absolutely.
It is amazing. It's truly become one of my favorite things to go to, since Dodger Stadium has become so expensive.
Yes.
So that is my second best. That is my second best.
Yeah.
I will be celebrating my birthday at Tower Buzzers game this year too. So
Nice. When is your birthday?
my birthday's on July 23rd, but we're
Oh,
gonna be
wow.
going to the game on the 18th, Oral Hershiser bobblehead giveaway.
Very cool. Very cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Nice.
their
Well,
giveaways are so cool too. I really love
yeah.
their giveaways. So yeah, it's been great. Love Ontario, love the Tower Buzzers. I see them being a little more competitive next year as far as standings go, since this year has been kind of a shift for their single A team. But so far, so good. Everybody's moving up well, and you can see the farm system front and center. I mean, it's the one of the best in baseball.
Absolutely. It'll be fun for you to go celebrate your 21st birthday there.
Yeah. Seriously, 21st birthday. And they have some pretty cheap drinks sometimes too,
Yeah.
so
Well, I took my nephew to the Dodger game a few weeks back, and man, I we bought the what was it, like the orange not the orange Julius, but like that, like the orange swirl. What is that called?
like the Bang.
Yeah, kind of, but it was like an ice cream. Um
Okay, like a creamsicle or something like
Creamsicle,
that.
yes, about
Okay.
that. Nachos, water. I got like a beer. And man, I spent like over like $100 just on like food items
Yeah.
there, you
Yeah,
know?
it's crazy. And I get it. I get it. I'm gonna complain about it still though, because it is crazy. It's fun to be a Dodger fan right now, but it is expensive to be a
It's
Dodger
expensive.
fan. And the thing that
Exactly.
makes me mad too is everybody wants to talk crap about the Dodgers and their spending and whatever. But come time for the Dodgers to come to their city and play them,
Right.
oh man, do they jack up those prices. And
Hmm.
it's kind of funny, but I get it, I get it.
Mhm.
You got the best team in baseball coming in town so you want to go see the best player to ever live, Shohei Ohtani. So, I
Exactly.
mean, jack up the prices, but damn, guys, don't
Yeah.
don't knock the Dodgers for, spending their money like they do and then jack up the
Right.
prices when the Dodgers come.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
have a lot to say about that, but we don't have enough time for that today.
I know. But look, if Otani was on your team, you damn right that team would spike up their prices as well.
Exactly. And I get it. That's just the name of the game to have the best team in baseball. So I'll happily sit at home to watch them win, go to a few Tower Buzzers games, and, go to my two Dodger games a year,
Exactly.
because it is
It
pricey.
is very pricey. But all right. Yeah. Any last things you want to get out here before we end the podcast?
Oh man. No, I'm really looking forward to the All-Star break. It's a good halfway point for the guys to regroup, kind of see where they're going to be heading towards playoffs, which is very
Yeah.
exciting. I
And
think that
yeah,
we're in a good spot. A little bit more competitiveness would be great. But other than that, I wouldn't mind the guys going steady like this through the rest of the regular season. And come postseason, I hope these guys really step it up and bring that grittiness, that competitiveness, and bring back a third World Series trophy.
yeah. It's gonna happen very, very soon. Like just in terms of like time is just picking up, and we're gonna be in October before you know it.
Yeah,
And
I feel that that's how it feels right now. I feel like this season literally just started. How are we already to the
right?
halfway point?
Yeah,
I I have no idea. It's been a great season. It's been a lot going on with the Dodgers, like we were talking about, just injuries and all that stuff. But if we can do it, if we can get everybody healthy, we
yep,
can definitely get that three-peat. And I
absolutely.
would put my money that the Dodgers three-peat this year. I don't think they're going to choke in the playoffs. I think they will get it up together. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think they can do it.
but
I really believe they can.
this team out of any other team, like when if it's a game seven, it's if it's a clutch game six where they have to close out, this team, they have the experience, they have
Yep.
the wherewithal, they have been through it twice already. And
Yes.
so, I mean, this team, no matter what, like they have what it takes to get through. And so all that playoff experience, all that, the ups and downs through the last few years, several years, it's gonna come in play come October and
Yeah.
the back-to-back World Series champions. You can't place anybody else in front of them.
No, you really can't. I mean, there are teams that are doing really great right now too in baseball. But you can't deny that the Dodgers are currently the best in baseball. Not
That's
only just because of their stats, but because of their team, right? And not only because of their team, but because of their coaching. I think a lot of people overlook the fact that, you can have a great player, but to have a great coach to be able to
yeah.
connect with that player and, help them in their ruts and stuff like that. It takes a huge staff to do that. And I think
Right.
not only do we have the players to three-peat, but we have the coaching staff to three-peat, and we have the front office to three-peat. And if they're going to do it, now is the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But all right, Sam. Thanks for coming on to the Sports Roundup podcast. This is another good one with you. I really
Yes.
appreciate you.
Mike, I
Remind
had so much fun talking with you. I
Yeah,
always love talking about the Dodgers, and you're always so pleasant and nice to talk to, too.
thank
So I
you.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, remind everyone where they can find you, your social medias,
Yeah,
YouTube.
you can find me on TikTok. My handle is the Dodger Buzz. I am also on Instagram. My username for that is SammyB23. I am always at the Ontario Tower Buzzers game. So if you ever see me there, I love talking about Dodgers baseball or anything Tower Buzzers baseball. And yeah, just stay tuned. You can watch my recaps and future interviews with my guy Mike.
There we go. And as always, you can find us at Lace 'em Up Sports on Spotify. We're on TikTok. We're on X. We're on YouTube, Instagram, all the social medias. Like I have said before, guys, I want you to be that crazy ex-girlfriend where you stalk our social medias. I want you to be that person to stalk our social medias. Okay, because we need that. We need to up our counts. We need to up our subscribers. Okay,
Yes.
so please give us a like, subscribe, hit, whatever you can to help support.
Perfect. Yes. Everything you can do, please do it. We'd be happy
Exactly.
for you to do it.
All right. And I saw that you're getting close to 1K.
I'm getting
Uh,
close to 1K. Yes. I started my page in end of April. We're almost at 1K, so slow and steady, but we're getting there. So I really
Absolutely.
appreciate and it's from the help of podcasts like this. It's from the help
Yeah.
of, just Dodger fans liking to tune in. So I
Yeah.
always appreciate everybody just watching my videos. Follow if you can. And yeah, I appreciate Mike and his community coming over and watching my stuff too. So it's been
Thank you.
great.
And you too. Yours as well. All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good one, guys. See you
All
next
right.
time.
Bye.